Hi everyone. It has been a while. Hi Tanya. Hi Sarah. Hi Tessa. Hey guys. Hi Megan. Oh, I'm so excited. It's been a little while. I have been so busy. Hey Sarah. Hey, I hope everything is well. Yeah guys, it's been a crazy few weeks. Just a lot of things was going on. Packing, had like a little bit of a family trip on the weekend. Just a couple things here and there. So every Tuesday and Thursday, like kind of just like every single time I'm like, oh, I'm going to go on. And then I'd be like, oh, I got to do this though. So, sometimes us moms, everything else that we want to do kind of gets put on the back burner sometimes. I still do like the private readings on the weekends and stuff, the ones that I've scheduled. But yeah, I love going on live for you guys. It's always fun. Oh, you too? Yes, yes. Mother's Day passed. Has it really been that long since I've been on? I think it's been 2 weeks. So it may or may not have been. Yeah, hi Tanya. How are you? Yeah, so it's been a while and I'm like, oh, like I just said that I would be on this past week and then I ended up not being able to go on. I can't remember what Tuesday was. Thursday I had to pack because we left Friday morning. So after work Thursday, I really had to like pack. Tuesday, oh yeah, Tuesday I had to go. I had something for my son to do, so I couldn't go on Tuesday. Hello, everyone else slowly joining. We're just kind of catching up. It's been like a week or two since I've been on, so just catching up with everyone. Hello, everyone else who is joining. If it's your first time, welcome. Once we get a good amount of people in here, we will start our live readings. Again, these are all free. Nothing is ever charged on my account. I do these for fun with you guys. It's just something that I enjoy, like my free time that I get when hubby has the baby. He's not really a baby anymore, guys. He's more like a toddler now, which is sad, but I'm still going to call him my baby anyway. Hi, Natasha. But all right, guys, so you guys know the drill. Once we have a decent amount of people on here, I feel like this is like so high today. Once we have a decent amount of people on here, get the energy up, we will start some readings. Again, these are spirit's choice, so I don't do spirit led. We go straight into it. It's whoever spirit kind of draws me towards. We do usually pick one family member, just the relationship of the person. I ask you guys not to give me details. I ask that you guys are open-minded. It is a lot easier and kind of speeds the process up if I'm able to call you guys up to kind of get the reading. Obviously I understand when some people can't, you have background noise or you're at work and you're, doing something your boss wouldn't want you to do, but you're scrolling on TikTok instead, which I can't judge. I can't judge. So, go ahead and comment the relationship of the person that you would like to speak to. Again, no details, no names. Even if I call you up, don't give me any extra information. Everything that you guys have, I kind of just want spirit to kind of come up with all of it, because again, that's their way of being able to have validation, is by evidence. So just do the relationship of whom you want to speak with, and we will just go from there. Sometimes I will think that I'm drawn to someone and then someone else's loved one will come up. That's happened twice to me so far. One when I first began lives and was just kind of getting used to doing it virtually. And then the second time was actually like a month ago it happened to us guys, and it was crazy. But again, it doesn't happen often. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, let me know. I do tend to focus all of my attention to my sitter and their loved one on the other side though. So if you guys are asking me information in the comments, questions, comments, concerns, whatever it may be, you're better off just sending me a message or sending me an email, just because I kind of use all my attention to them and I'm just not looking at the comments. So I'm not ignoring you. It's usually just because my attention is elsewhere. All right, let's see who Spirit wants us to talk to. And of course, my pens are going to do this again. I just bought new pens for this reason, guys. I think I scribbled too much during these readings. We might have to go with a blue pen, which I'm not psyched about, but we shall see. I think I gotta turn this up. There we go. Yeah, Brittany, I understand some people might have multiple people they want to connect with. Usually just do one relationship and then kind of your family will kind of like all line up. Not one person will, sometimes more than one person will step through as well. So this just kind of gets me to get at least one family member at a time. It also helps because there are so many of you, and it kind of just pulls me into the direction of the sitter that I'm trying to get to. Hey there, how are you, Steph? Okay, let's see, guys. Hi, Margaret. Oh, I think something just happened. Some cop just went by. And again, guys, just do the relationship, no names. Alright, just picking one between two. Okay, Jennifer, are you here? Well, I'm sure you're here because you just commented. Jennifer Ray looking for to speak with Grandma. Yes, I am. And I'm so used to saying that. I feel like I forget. Like I can actually see like when you guys comment a lot better now. Let me see if I can pull you up. Oh, I can. All right, I just sent you one. Let me know if you can't. Oh, all right. Let's make sure you can hear me here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, and I can hear you. Perfect. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Have you ever had a reading done before?
Yeah, it's cool being on the other side because I go live on TikTok and do like tarot and oracle readings. So it's nice to
You
be on the
do?
receiving end. Yeah.
That's so awesome. I always I was just talking to someone the other day and I was like, I remember years ago I bought a tarot deck, but like it was just so overwhelming and like
Yeah.
I got ADHD, so I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I talk too much anyway, so like I'll start doing it. But then I end up talking and I'm like, oh crud, I stopped to do the cards. So that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Nice to connect with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see how this goes. I know you want to connect to Grandma. So basically, I'm just going to get as much evidence as I can. So I'll be quiet for a little bit. I'll come back up and then I will let you know what I'm coming up with and we'll see if we're connected with Grandma, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. This is going to be fun, guys. Okay. All right. I don't know what that noise was. Oh my gosh, it scared me. Okay, so I do before I move on, because she is giving me a lot of information.
Sounds about right. No.
And it's like it just keeps coming in, so I just want to make sure that we're connected with someone first.
Okay.
Who I'm with is also very witty, like very funny, has a lot to say. I do get very sweet vibes from her, but I do feel as though there was still like a spicy vibe to her as well, to where sometimes she would be a little unfiltered, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did ask her about her health, and she was showing me certain things with her health. I don't know why, but she kind of made me feel lightheaded, like also dizzy as well. So I don't know if she was having issues with that, like almost like an unbalanced, maybe even fall risk. But she kind of told me that she had like a little, like it's kind of like a cluster of like health issues, and she like kind of made a joke about it, like it could be like a book, and that just like there's a couple of other things that were going on with her, and that's kind of where I stopped it, because she gave me other stuff as well. um, I do feel as though she's talking about family being super important to her, almost as if like kind of like a glue kind of vibes. Someone who kind of kept people together. She was one who didn't like things kind of going undone, if that made sense. And the only way I can word it is like if there was ever confrontation, which I feel as though she might have brought up that there may have been confrontation in the family, she would be the one that's like, okay, well, we need to settle this right here and now. We need to squash it. And she wouldn't be someone who just kind of lets it go. And I feel as though she's talking about maybe even something happening after she has passed, to where it's like she wouldn't have let that slide here.
Yep.
And she also was making me smell something super sweet. So I don't know if she did a lot of bacon, or she was someone who liked sweets, but she's making me smell like something. And I know my husband's not cooking anything. It smells good in there. But she did give me like a sense of smell of like, and something that like it's a sense of smell of someone missing her as well. But it does like kind of have like a sweet smell to it as well, almost like it's like a bacon kind of thing. What else? Sweet woman, spicy bacon. Um, Otherwise, and again, like the health issues, and I don't know if this can relate to her as well. I don't know if she had some circulatory, or like maybe even circulatory meaning like circulation, or heart issues as well, because she kind of makes me feel really flushed. This could be blood pressure, but she also is making me feel a little bit of pain and like heaviness in like my chest and arm area as well. So I don't know if she had some issues with that as well later on. Can you take any of this for grandma before we move on?
Yeah, no, she had a lot of health issues. She had diabetes. We were not really sure exactly how she passed, but we
Okay.
found her. And then when you just said the thing about something happening after she passed, that's definitely on point.
Okay. Yeah, I do feel as though the dizziness and like the lightheadedness kind of pulls towards the circulatory issue, like a heart issue a little bit. Um but again, she kind of just made me feel like there was like a cluster of different things. So I'm gonna keep going and see if
Yeah.
she can get more like detailed information to kind of help you out a little bit more.
Yeah, sounds good.
So could you relate to birds in any way with her?
Yes.
She showed me
Yes.
birds and she showed me like wings, like
Yes.
most like she's drawn me towards the wings of the birds. And
Yes,
they're
she
kind of
was
like,
petrified of birds. She hated birds. Yep.
and
Hmm.
it's weird because she was showing me like kind of like scary looking birds in a way because how I drew it was like wings that are like kind of pointing downwards, kind of like hawk wings.
Mm.
And like really rough mangled looking wings. Usually when I get birds, I get like light. So it's kind of funny that you said like she had more of a fear towards it because that's something I
Yeah.
haven't experienced before. So that's kind of probably why she showed me in that way. Because usually I'll get like angel wings or I'll get like flying birds. Like this was just point out like
Yeah.
pointy, kind of like Maleficent kind of looking wings. To be
Well,
honest.
crows are my
Um,
favorite animal too, so it could
okay,
have been maybe said of the hawk, so it kind of
there
makes
we
sense.
go. Um, was she a bit of a hoarder? Or
Yes.
like a collector of sorts?
Yep,
Um,
hoarder. She'd be cursing me right now for admitting that, but yeah, she was a hoarder for
but
sure.
like even more specifically, her purse or like her bag always having random stuff and like keeping stuff and not throwing it out. Like I just feel
Hmm.
as though she has
Hmm.
stuff in like her purse that like normal people would be like, why do you have that in your purse? What like
Yep.
and even like she showed me like some things she couldn't even throw out and like I don't know if there was like a joke or someone found even like maybe things in her kitchen that were like expired or beyond
Oh
the
yeah, for
point
sure.
like to where it was like girl, why
Yeah.
you still have this? Why is this
Yeah,
not tossed
yeah,
out?
that's her for sure. Sugar
And
packets in
she
her
does feel
purse
like
and
an
shit. Yeah.
embarrassment. Yeah, she does
Aw.
feel like embarrassment about it, but it is funny. Um, Now, is there something? So did her like I don't know why, but she's pointing me towards her height. Um, and she's kind of me like showing me like shorter, but she showed me that like maybe her height changed over time. Like, did she like look like she was starting to get shorter over time, or like start hunching over to kind of lose height over time? There's something about her
Um,
height and like a height difference.
I don't know that it was that she was like scrunching over, but I don't know. She was honestly kind of younger too, so I feel like that would happen, if she was older, but no, that doesn't resonate.
Is she shorter? Is she like just a short petite woman?
She was like probably like 5'2", 5'3". I know she was
Okay.
shorter than me. She was a little
That's
bit.
me 5'2". Okay.
Yeah, I would say like 5'2".
Okay. Now she's also earlier she was talking about it as well. I wrote it down like not only did she like feel like the importance of family, but she also was like a big support system. Like it feels as though she was like a big supporter of people as well.
Hmm.
Um and like I feel as though she's just like one that would sit there and like if someone had a business, she would go and like do whatever she could. But it was more of like support of like her family, and it was like whatever you wanted to do, like she would support that.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel as though is there something to where like I don't I think this is more directed towards you. Do you not feel certain support with certain family members of yours?
Well, I started a business. I think like I started a business. I've been doing it for maybe 5 or 6 years now, and I think that makes sense. She would have been like my number one supporter through it for sure.
Okay.
And I don't probably don't have the same support as I would have if she was here. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Um, and I feel like it goes far back too. It's kind of almost as if like even like childhood in general, just like support in that way, like kind of stick up for you, kind of like a sort of a thing. Um,
Yeah, we were very close. She pretty much helped raise me. My mom had me when she was very young, so I spent a lot of time with her.
like a second mom to you.
Yeah.
Um, Okay, so she's showing me also the number three. Number three usually comes up the third of the month of March, or children, usually for me at least. And she's highlighting the number three.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, Now, is there I know I already said the number three, but is there like a multitude of different things that happen in like maybe the month of March? Because it's almost like she could just kind of keep showing me like there's different things that wrap around the number three. Um,
Like this past March or March overall?
I mean, again, I haven't gotten that detail from her. I'm just kind of getting like the images as they come.
Okay.
Um, but in general, I just feel like there's a lot of things in March. To signify like I almost feel as though there's like an anniversary of sorts, maybe even in March. Um the three also stands for like multiple things, like maybe even can stand for also someone having three children as well. um you don't have to answer that. I'm just like kind of talking out loud as it
Yeah,
comes
no,
to
I'm
me.
trying to process. Well, there's a couple birthdays in March and then the three kids. I mean, she had three kids.
Okay.
Um, but I would say her husband was his birthday was in March, and then my aunt, which is her daughter, was in March, like
Okay,
within
so
a
it
couple of
might
weeks.
just been like a busy month. Like it just feels like there's so many things going on in March.
Yeah,
um
that makes sense.
does she have fears of other things as well besides birds, by the way?
Yes, yes, she
Because
does.
does she have like a bugs or insects or something? Because like she was like showing me bees, and then she was showing me like spiders, and she was showing me like I don't know if it has anything to do with that, but like I've never seen someone giving me bugs like that.
Yeah.
And I have a fear of spiders, so that's why I'm resonating that with like fears.
Yeah, so it's funny since she passed away, whenever I get like a bug, I always say it's her coming back to like for my karma because when we would be outside, we'd sit on the porch and there was like this moth that flew in and she was like screaming at me to like get it out the door. So now 'cause she does it, she messes with me. So yeah, she was like petrified of like birds in that aspect too. Like birds flew into the car when she was driving, so she was like petrified of them as well.
And you connect with her with that. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, was she always trying to do some like type of different hobbies? Like I feel like she's always trying something new. Um, I don't know why, but it
Um,
just feels like she has like hobbies, and then she would like change like things that she was doing.
I think that's
Or
probably my mom, her daughter.
okay, because like I don't know why, but she like showed me something like doing things with the hand, like maybe even like sewing or crocheting or something, and then like moving on to like a different type of hobby. And then it's like you have all these different hobbies you could do, and it's just like you can't stick with one, and you're just kind of doing multiple.
I would say
Um,
more for her would be that she like she likes shopping. She like ordering stuff maybe with the intention that she was gonna like do
with
something
the
with that.
hoarding, with the
Yeah, yeah, it
hoarding.
goes it ties. Yeah, with the sugar packets in the
Um,
purse. Exactly.
I also feel like she's always trying to like keep busy as well. She wasn't one to sit there and just like kind of like lay around, lounge around. It just almost feels as though like I feel like she even had just that mentality that she grew up that way. Like you're supposed to, like if you don't are constantly doing something, like you're kind of like lazy in a way, and she just wasn't that. And I just feel like she even had like some hyperness to her sometimes, like maybe even a little bit of like ADHD in that sense. To where she's always constantly doing something. But I also feel like that's also like the mom kind of vibes that
Hmm.
like people get to where like they're always doing something. But I just feel like she just can't sit still. She's also talking about how she's very nosy. And like gossiper, like loves to hear like information and like loves to sit there and know what's going on, very nosy. Um, all right, this is gonna be really far fetched. I don't know. So she keeps showing me like this really big hat, but this
Hmm.
hat, I can't tell if the hat is specific or like she's showing me a hat that's specific to the hat, and it's like a really big rimmed hat, kind of points out this way. To me, it kind of looks like some sort of like sombrero in a effect or like something close to that. So I don't know if she's hitting towards like something along those lines. Um, let me see. It almost feels as though someone like actually like belong like owns this hat or had this hat. Um, is there a hat you can think of that she would be talking about? Because I've never
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah, so it could be one of
Yeah.
two things. There's actually a picture I have of her on my shelf that she's wearing like it's like a beach hat, like one of those big
Okay. The big
things.
rims, yes.
But then the other thing that I thought when you were talking about it was she bought my son, my oldest son, like this magician set, and it came with like a black top hat, and I like kept all the stuff, like the
Yeah, I think it's
magic.
the sun hat because it's
Okay,
that's just at least the shape that she was giving me, like
yeah,
more so like sun
yeah,
hat.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll send you the picture
Uh,
because
oh
it's
no,
that's
absolutely, I
pretty.
would love that. But like, and it's funny that you say that because earlier she was showing me like beach waves. Um, so I don't know if she
Ooh.
enjoyed the beach in general. Um,
So she did, but there is a situation. So before I was born, this is really sad. Her dad and brother, so my uncle and my grandfather drowned in Lake Erie.
wow.
They never found the boat. They like found them days later. So that would make sense, the beach
Okay.
situation.
It's funny because when she said that, it was around the time she also was talking about the bugs, like the fears. Like I have it drawn
Mm.
next to that. So did she actually become fearful of that afterwards? Like did she have fear of like the water after that, or just like a big negative like remark towards that? Because that would make
Yeah, I
sense as to
mean,
when she told me that.
yeah, and I would think she just had fear after that. Like it was so
Yeah,
traumatic for everyone in the
yeah, no,
family that
couldn't
she,
imagine. I'm so sorry.
yeah. Oh, that's okay. I mean, I wasn't alive. I was born less than a year later, but came
I
into
was
the
born yesterday. You almost said.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. That's definitely not what I meant, but
No, it's okay.
yeah, so
Um,
that makes sense that you'd bring up the water for sure.
okay.
Because they like washed up days later. Like there was like a huge Coast Guard search and they so
Is someone into astrology by chance? Like
I
into like the not the astrology, the like the what is that? The like
astronomy?
no she I don't know why, but she's showing me I don't know astrology. So if anyone who's into astrology, what's the one that has like the is it a Virgo that has like the bull horns, like the V looking one? I don't know them
Um
very well. If
I'm
anyone
not
knows,
super good with it either. I mean, I'm aware, but
I know
I'll
what mine looks like, but I don't.
yeah, yeah. I can find
Is
out.
that
I mean,
Aries?
oh, okay.
Aries, which would be April, right? The ram, is that? Yes, it's the
Hmm.
ram. Is that Aries?
Yep.
Okay, so that would be April. So she's
Be
showing me
March.
Aries.
It's actually March 21st to April 19th. So,
Okay, and that signifies with you.
well, you mentioned
Okay.
March too, so that kind of ties to it, I
Okay. Oh
feel.
yeah, because it is. I always see it as April when I think of Aries
Yes.
because I know
Yeah.
my sister's an Aries. I just didn't know what the symbol was for her. But she's in April, so I always signify it with a month. But I know sometimes they actually go into other months. Okay.
Yeah. It's like a half of a half and half.
Okay. Now, you were on the younger side when she passed?
No, I would say it was probably, well, about 10 years ago. So I was like in my 20s
Okay.
or maybe early 30s.
Because it's almost as if I feel as though she's talking about how like she passed at like a really important milestone for you, like a very important
Mm,
like time. And I feel as though you feel as though she like missed out on a lot. So that's
yeah.
why I kind of felt like maybe you were younger. But it just feels as though like there's this big mental note of like she missed out on a bunch of big milestones in your life.
Yeah.
But you know, like she was still around. Was there actually some celebration or party or something to where like she was actually in memory for? Like it almost feels as though she showed me at my wedding when I had like a big I had a huge table and it had like all of my loved ones and like they were just kind of like celebrated being there, like the ones that we couldn't be there. And I don't know if she's talking about that in that way, but it just almost just feels as though like maybe someone had even has like a table of that, but she showed me this table that I had at my wedding. And it's just it has like the pictures of the loved ones and there's kind of like a what's a word
Memoriam or
like a memoriam kind of a thing or like a
yeah,
I no shrine's like someone who's like a stalker. I don't know, whatever that
like an
is what she's
altar.
kind of
Yeah.
showing me there. So I don't know if she's pointing it towards like the wedding of being in memory or if someone actually has like some type of setup like that for her.
I don't know if there was an event after. I mean, there might have been, but I do have like a shelf of her stuff, and then I actually made a frame after she passed away of all of her things and pictures. It's like in a
Okay.
big poster frame, but I don't know that there's been an event after.
Okay, so it's probably just the table with the memory of her. Um, Now was she like a? I don't know why she's showing me now. I know we already talked about her being a hoarder, but I don't know why she's showing me like a table full of stuff right now, like a cluttered table. Um, do you have some of her things from her home, like her things that she may have collected, or things that you have kept from her? I know you said you already have like pictures and stuff. She keeps showing me like more specifically like something that might be even in a box. Um, Even show me like a box that may even have like a latch of sorts or something maybe she had that was found that had like a box with like some sort of latch.
I have like her rings, her wedding rings, her engagement rings. They were in a box with like a latch that goes underneath, but I
Okay.
actually have them next to me right now, like hanging on
Okay.
my board.
Yeah, she's showing me that, and it's funny because like I kind of asked some questions as we're going through this. So like my first question to her was like maybe I kind of just like will start a conversation. I'm like, do you have things of hers that like we can bring up? And then immediately was talking about like that memory thing. And I asked her if she kept jewelry, and then this is what she just told me. She's just the box with the latch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but she never showed me like specific jewelry. I don't feel as though did she not wear a lot of her jewelry, even if she had jewelry. I just feel as though she wasn't very, um, like it almost feels as though like she's talking about how like she shops all like I know you talked about the shopping, but it's almost as if like she would like to dress up, but she didn't dress up often. She kind of wore like more things that were like laid back. Even though she could with all the
Yeah.
stuff that she had, she could be glamorous. She could
Mhm.
look glamorous every single day, but that just wasn't her.
Yeah, no, that
She
makes sense.
enjoyed like comfort, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it must be generational because same.
Oh, I'm Adam Sandler like every day. It's fine.
Seriously. No, that makes sense. She would like buy the candles and not burn the candles, or she
Yeah,
would
it's
like
just like
buy
buy
the.
things that like still even have tags on things. I feel as though
Yeah,
like
yeah,
just
yeah,
not really use things.
yeah.
Um,
And as far as the rings and stuff, like I actually have worn her engagement ring, her diamond, since pretty
oh,
much she passed away. So that would be
thank you.
something that she would probably bring up is like, I see that you're
Mhm.
rocking that.
I love that. She also what is this? Okay, so she's talking about so a spoiling, like spoil, but like she was showing me two different things. She was showing me would she sit there and like try to like even like buy things and like spoil like the kids in the family. It's almost as if like no one leaves her house like empty handed, if that makes sense. Like she always
Yeah.
sends people home with things. And then
Yes.
the second thing she was bringing up, she showed me a bow, but when she's talking about the bow, it's almost as if like, did she like dress you up as like a child? And have lots of pictures of like her dressing you up and like trying to dress you up girly, and I feel as though you didn't really end up very girly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like in like I have pictures at her house in like little heels and stuff, and like yeah, definitely, definitely, yep.
And I just feel as though like kids really like brought joy to her. Like I know that's most females in general, like that's very big, but I feel as though like this is something like that goes to her personality, and like kids really were like the light of her life kind of a thing. Um but she's a very independent woman though. Like she's very strong woman, very strong, likes what she likes. No one's gonna tell her otherwise.
Mhm.
Um I feel as though she's bossy in a sense too, likes
Mhm.
having that kind of control, but does it out of love, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, but I also feel as though she was someone who was comforting and someone that you knew you can kind of come to if you had problems. She's kind of making laughter of it. I feel as though there's some information that you would go and run and tell her first before you would even tell mom, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
And she like has a
definitely.
lot of pride about that. She's like, yeah, she would tell me first.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. We were very close.
Now, did you and your mom kind of fight more like sisters?
So it's funny. Yes, I would say yes. And then my mom's sister is more like my sister. So my aunt, which would be her two daughters. So it was all like all females. She remarried and stuff, but it was a big Italian thing where me and my aunt were almost raised like sisters, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, and she's kind of talking about like it's just like funny because it just she's showing me a lot of the cat fighting, like the just like
Yes.
bickering, the like, and it's just like her like being the one that'd be like just stop, 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 like push it all together, like stop it, like.
Yeah, that was my mom and her. My mom and my grandma used to bicker like that.
And but she says like along the lines of like she wouldn't change a thing. Like she like looking back on it was like the greatest memories, even if it was like fighting, chaos, whatever it is. Like she loved the chaos. She
Yeah, that's
absolutely
a good
loved it
word.
because the chaos, honestly, and she shows it in her words. Like it's actually beautiful. What she said is like the chaos just shows how much love there was. If there wasn't
Yeah.
any love, there wouldn't be anything said.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like she loves the chaos, and like when there is no chaos and then there's silence, that's where there's like sadness. She'd rather
Yeah.
the chaos than not speak in at all. So I don't know if that's something that even happened later on. I don't know if there's some people that aren't speaking right now, in the family, um, or maybe after she passed. I know we brought something up earlier, but I feel as though this is kind of hinting towards that, and it's just like in general, I just feel as though she'd rather things be said than left unsaid, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
Um, but I feel as though she's talking about like a big shift kind of happening in your life right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Like a big shift, and I feel as though you can feel this. Like I know you
Mm.
probably can being on this
Yes.
secret part.
Yes,
And again,
ma'am.
this is going to be fun for me to kind of give a message with someone who does that. But I know we can't
Yeah,
always do our own stuff though. Um,
absolutely.
but I do feel as though she's talking about a really big shift happening in your life. Like I feel as though you have a couple of decisions to make too. Um, I feel like you don't like change, or change becomes very anxiety ridden for you sometimes. Just like the
Mm.
left of like the big unknown.
Yeah, I hate it. I like control.
And then you get that from her. Um, but it's almost
Probably.
as if like she's talking about in general, like you're strong. And it's almost as if do you like say affirmations out loud, and then she's just kind of like say affirmations and actually believe it. Um,
Yeah, so
So I don't
I
know if you
actually
sit there and be
say,
like, yeah, I am strong, I am this, but then in the background you'll like have that like that anxiety part of you, like, what if I can't do it though? What if like you're questioning it, and she's like, use like speak into like what you're speaking, also act on it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I say that all the time. I talk a lot about, I'm a spiritual coach, so I kind of talk about that. Like, yeah, it's great
Oh,
to use
okay, spiritual coach. Okay.
affirmations. It's great
Yep,
to use
and she's bringing
affirmations,
that
but
up. She's bringing that
understand
up.
why you don't believe it in the first
Mhm.
place. Yeah.
She's telling you to take your own advice.
It's the easiest.
She's like, listen, I brought up my hoarding. Now I'm gonna call you out.
Yeah, yeah, it's so much easier said than done.
100%. Oh yeah, 100%. And it's more like she's like you have these mental hurdles to kind of get over. Um, but I feel as though you know that it's the best direction for you to go in, and you wouldn't be nervous if it wasn't. Like it's a
Mhm.
positive change, and it can become scary. But I feel as though I don't know if this has to do with like I mean I know it's very important. Um, I'm trying to get like more information out of her. I'm like, stop being super vague about it. Um, and it almost feels as though it doesn't affect you. Does it also affect others around you, like even maybe your household?
Her
Um,
passing, you mean?
no, what you're going through, like these changes that you have coming up. Again, I'm trying to get more details out of her with like the things that you have coming up, like it's like a big shift coming up. Um, I just feel like it would change like a lot of things in your life, like your schedule, all those types of things. Um, and she's just saying not to hold back, and she's just saying to go completely head first. Um, Again, she's trying to give you that support and that push that she would hear, and she believes in you. 100% believes in you. Um, and I feel as though she's talking about how she sends you signs, and that you know the signs.
Yes, I do. I see him. I actually had a dream about her the other night. She was like
Okay.
talking to me in it, so yeah, I get him.
And she says that you talk to her out loud as well.
Oh yeah, just like she's
Lots
right
of
next to me.
Yeah, and it's almost as and she says like it's almost like she's right there, and she is right there. Um, and again, earlier we talked about the smell, but do you like randomly will smell her sometimes, or
So she
smell
had a
things that
very
remind you?
distinct perfume, but when you were talking about the sweetness, she loved candy, and the only thing I could think of like intuitively was Swedish fish. That's what you were smelling was like she was obsessed with Swedish fish and like sweet, foods. Like
Yes. Yeah, and I feel as though she's talking about like in general, like in there's like a smell like that reminds you of her. Um, Also, I don't know why, but she's showing me like things in like your house, like she even is like around, and like you know she's around, and like she makes her presence known to you.
Mhm.
Do you also have an animal or something that is sensitive to things like that?
Mm,
Possibly something about just like her presence being around you a lot, like in your home. And there's just like things that it doesn't go unnoticed. So it's like you've noticed these things, you've noticed that like she's around. Um,
so what's like really weird about you saying that is when I first moved into this house 7 years ago, I had a dream that we were sitting on my porch, on her porch, and it like was mine though. And since then, I've realized like her house went up for sale, and I realized it's basically the same layout as her house.
oh,
So like
wow.
same cabinets, same doors, same like it literally was built around the same time, same brick, same shutters. So I think like what you're getting at is like it's a reminder of
Yeah.
like the actual physical house too on top of
Oh,
it.
wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. And it's just
Yeah.
funny how things like happen. It's just like it was meant to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
but she's definitely proud of all the things that you have going on. I feel as though I know you talked about a business, but I do feel as though there's a thought of like expanding, or things are starting to get busy for you in that
Mhm.
department, and I feel as though she's, sending lots of hearts and lots of love for that.
Mhm.
I do feel as though she's talking about your growth, like you have a really big growth period right now to where it's just like
Mhm.
you're kind of like stepping up a game.
Sure. Yeah.
And again, she showed me like nerves for that. Like there's a lot of nerves for that, but it's like also a big accomplishment. And it's like this is what we've been waiting for. This is what you've
Yeah.
been dreaming of, and it's
Yeah.
finally happening for you. And she couldn't be happier. And she's just saying, go for it all, like tackle
Mm.
it all. And that's something that she would literally tell you to do when she was here.
I
But she's
love that.
sending lots of love to you, and your entire family as well. Again, I don't know why, but again, this must be something she really was, but she's really irritated about something in your family, about something, some
I know.
confrontation, and it's like eating her. And she keeps bringing it up. I'm like, listen, I've already mentioned it.
So
But
I'm thinking when she passed away, her mother was alive, and when she passed away, we lost like our entire inheritance because the family that my great grandmother was married to changed everything around, and my grandmother was in charge of her finances. So that would probably be what she's pissed about.
big confrontation there, yeah. And it's just something that like she's someone who like fights things like tooth and nail, like head on.
Yeah,
And if she was here, that wouldn't have happened.
it wouldn't have. No,
But
absolutely not. But the business side, my business is kind of to get that justice, not only for my great grandmother, but for my entire family. So that makes sense that that's coming up right after.
all right, yeah. And I'm gonna send all of her love and light to you. She
Thank
was
you.
awesome. She's really funny, and she's definitely her own person, and I love that.
Yeah, she's cool. She's
And
cool.
thank you for allowing me to give you a reading, especially with everyone. I always, thank you because you guys are being vulnerable, allowing other people to listen to your reading, and
Yeah.
it's not like a private one. I will send you a picture of the notes that we wrote here, and
Perfect.
it was really nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you too. I appreciate your time and energy, and I'll send you a picture with the with her in the hat so you can
Yes,
put
I
a
would love to see
vision.
the hat. I love that. I love when you guys give me feedback like that.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Bye. All right. I'm going to read some of your guys' comments. That was great, guys. It's super funny. I love getting new things coming through. And I think that's the one part about kind of my journey doing this is that like I've tried to like open up other clairs because I really get like more of the clairvoyant. So I get symbols. And again, most of the time I have to try and decipher what they're trying to show me. So I'm like working on trying to get other clairs involved, or someone actually suggested me to actually have like symbols that like I come up with to kind of let spirit know, like give me the symbol if it means this XYZ kind of a thing. It's really cool to hear the stories and what goes on. Just kind of reading your comments to make sure I didn't miss anything super important. But thank you guys if you're still watching. I'm sure Steph handles it all in the chat. She always does. Oh yeah, Jennifer, absolutely. That's awesome. Girl, and I haven't had a reading done in forever, so if you're down, I'm down. I love this. All right, guys. So I just take usually a couple minutes to kind of recharge some energy here, and to make sure that the loved one was definitely sent back with their family, so that readings don't kind of clash. Oh, absolutely. I'm totally down. I usually am free on like Tuesdays, Thursdays, or weekends. So just let me know. I know. I'll have to, I don't know how to follow you while I'm on here. So I'll have to do it afterwards when I send you the picture. All right, guys. So I did see some of your comments. A lot of people are just kind of asking like, can we get a reading? So if you are new here, in order to get a reading, all you have to do is just kind of comment the relationship with the person that you want to speak to. I just give myself 1 to 2 minutes just to kind of take a break in between readings, just to kind of recharge a little bit. Again, the more we comment, the more energy we get in here, the higher the vibrations are, the easier a reading can be. And if I go back to back readings, the energy just kind of goes, and you get like kind of really weak readings. So again, I also haven't done this in 2 weeks, so I'm super glad to be back. I'm gonna have to try and figure out how I'm gonna do live on when my summer schedule comes around. for work, because during the summertime my schedule kind of flips and I kind of work all day long instead of having like that break in the middle. So I am going to try and figure that out and might have to start doing lives, maybe even on the weekends as well, on top of the private readings. So I will let you guys know when I know. The first week or two might just be like kind of like a dipping toes in the water, trying to see how it works out. But we'll figure it out. I won't completely ghost y'all. But all right, guys. So again, make sure that you guys aren't putting any details in the chat. Just do the relationship of the person that you want to kind of connect with. Again, that's for me and for you. So for me, I want to make sure that anything that comes up in the reading is something that I would not know. And if you guys are putting the details in the chat and then it comes up in the reading, kind of is a disservice to you for the validation and the evidence that your loved one wants to give you. And also for your protection, because there are scammers out there who like to pretend like they are me or other mediums trying to reach out to you. I do have someone who is impersonating me here on this platform. I don't know if they're still on because I've been blocked since the moment they were in, but I haven't asked my husband to go and check their account to see if they're still there. They might be, I don't know. But that's why I don't want you guys to put your information in the chat. And if I ever message you asking you to pay me for readings, it's not me. So. All right, so just put the relationship of the person you guys want to connect with. I'm just going to flip my page real quick. Amy, trying to connect with her son. Hi, Amy. All right, I'm gonna try and sometimes I can get you guys up here. There we go. Let's see. If you can't, just let me know. Oh, that was quick. You were like ready.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Perfect. So welcome. Nice to meet you. Have you ever had a reading done before?
I have, but not by you.
Okay, no, that's fine. All readings are pretty much the same. I just ask you to keep an open mind. Even if we bring someone through, they might not bring evidence just about that person. They can bring up evidence of you, even things you have currently going on. They could talk about your next door neighbor. Also, some things might not be as apparent. I always use this as an example. It's actually in one of my videos. I told someone that they were bringing up a pair of jeans and they couldn't resonate with it. They were like, no, I don't wear jeans. They don't wear jeans, whatever. 2 days later, she messaged me and she's like, so my middle name is Jean. And I forgot about that. So in the moment when, your emotions are high and, I know how nerve-wracking it is to get a reading. That's why I write things down. I also usually upload these to my YT channel as well. So then you can always look back. And if there's any information that you can't take now, you might be able to take a week from now, 2 weeks from now, whatever. Let me know if that ever happens. And I love reading those things when you guys send me messages about that. But I'm going to try and connect with your son.
Okay.
And once I have a decent amount of information, I will then come back and we'll talk it through and see if we're connected with him. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Okay. If you guys hear my son and husband, don't mind them. They don't know what quiet means. So I do have some information before I move forward, just to make sure that we are with your son. So I am feeling a couple of things here. So I do feel and you know, it's your son. He has to be young, so I do feel like big tragic feeling here. It's very heavy. But I do feel as though my breathing may be affected. It's kind of hard to breathe a little bit, like kind of a little bit of kind of just kind of hard to take like big deep breaths as well. I'm being hinted also towards some letters as well. I was shown the letters C, L, and J. I was also shown random things as well, but like really hinted towards like baby items as well. Like they showed me turtles, boats, so I don't know if it has to do with like ocean or like some type of sea theme or something, but they just showed me like turtles and boats. They also showed me dinosaurs as well, so I don't know if there was like a like for dinosaurs as well at some point. I feel as though there's a lot of things that can't be getting rid of. I feel as though there's like a big emotional tie to belongings. Um, some they also mentioned popcorn, so I don't know. That was very random. If someone like has like a love for popcorn for some reason. um, I also was shown candles, so I don't know. I feel as though they were talking about like some sort of candles were lit in like memory or something. or it could be that there was like a birthday of some sorts, but they were showing me lit candles. And then the only other things I was being shown were like pictures, and then I was being shown shirts as well. So I don't know if they're together or separate. And I also was being drawn towards like, I don't know why, but I had like a pain in my head as well. More on like the left side of my head as well. So I don't know if someone gets like chronic migraines, headaches, that sort of thing. Can you take any of that information?
I can take pretty much almost all of it. Not the baby. He wasn't a baby, but I do have some of his baby items left.
Yes. I didn't feel like he was a baby. I do feel as though he was a little older. But I don't know. It was like a hint to like his belongings and things that you like kept for him.
Yes, I did keep a lot of his baby stuff. Yes, and the boat was actually one of our last vacations. He went paddle boating for the first time, so maybe that's it.
It could be. I don't know if it was just weird that he showed me turtles and he was also showing me like boats. But like again, when he was showing it, it was more like childlike, like it was like a sailboat, and it was almost like there was like a print. So I don't know if there was like a sailboat, like it just seemed like there was theme or like there was something like of like sailboat, like actually like a drawing of like sailboat and like turtles. So again, that's why I didn't know if like there was like a theme of like a bedroom sort or like toys when he was like younger kind of a thing. And then just the letters, the C, the L, and the J. Let me see what else comes forward now. Can you also take the physical things as well?
Yes, the breathing and the head pain, absolutely, and that it was tragic. Yes.
I do feel as though this was an accident of sorts as well. This is definitely something that was unexpected.
Yes. And it's funny you brought up popcorn. He absolutely loves popcorn.
He made me write popcorn heart.
He literally loves popcorn.
Oh, I love that. I love when they say stuff like that and they know like you'll get it. Now this is going to be really weird, but did someone think that you were having a girl instead, or was there a thought that you were going to be having a girl and then you actually had a boy?
Yes.
Okay, because he's bringing that up, and like there's like laughter behind it too. So I don't know if there's like a running joke about it. It's like, oh, we thought you were a girl or something along those lines because he's showing like joking behind that.
Yep.
He was
We
supposed to be.
literally did not find out until last minute because he was being so complicated while getting the ultrasound and stuff.
I thought it was a girl the whole time, and he was a boy. Okay, that's funny. I've never had that happen before, so I'm glad I interpreted that well. He was showing me like bows and butterflies and all these different things, and then he's like, and then there's me. Can you also take I know you could take the head and the breathing, but he's also directing me towards like his throat as well, like a pain in the throat.
That would make sense, yes.
Okay. It almost feels as though someone's putting something in my throat,
Yes.
like an intubation of sorts.
Yes.
Okay. Now, is there something going on where he's kind of making me feel as though I don't know why, but he's talking about being with people that you may have not liked or hanging around people that you did not like.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Okay, let me see.
I really liked all his friends.
Okay. 'Cause, 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 there's like he's just showing me like you have an anger towards someone that he was around. So I don't know if it's anger towards someone who was involved in any sort of way. Um,
Yeah, I don't know about that.
okay. Let me point that to the side and just see. Maybe we can get back to that. So he's bringing up the pictures again and like the shirts. So would the pictures and shirts go together?
There can be two
He's
ways that
bringing them
that's
up together.
there can be two ways that that's explained. We actually made shirts for his memorial that had his picture on them, and then he had this one favorite shirt that I swear almost every picture he's wearing that same shirt in.
I think it's the first one because he's also showing it still next to the lit candle, and lit candles are usually like a memory of some sorts for me. So I think he's bringing up the shirts now.
There
I feel
is
as though there's a
like
very funny side to him, and I feel as though he's very playful, and I feel as though there was like a question on like what picture to use.
yes,
Because it's
yeah,
almost like he's like, did you get my good side? Or like some type of comment towards the picture that you use, or like, oh, you used that picture or something.
yeah,
Because it feels that there was like a mental, like, what picture would he have wanted to use for these shirts? Um, I also feel as though he shows like big happiness and like kind of like a shock when he saw like how many were around for this as well. Almost as if like he's kind of saying like you don't really know how many people you have in your corner until you kind of like see how many are actually there for you, if that makes sense.
absolutely,
And I
yeah,
feel as though he was saying like it was huge, and he would never in a million years thought that that many people cared, if that makes sense. Like his family, yes, but he didn't feel like as like a community in general, like people knew him that well to like show up and like that it was like beautiful.
yes. He
Um,
even had friends from different states come in and stuff. So
he
yes,
just he felt the love for that. He also and again he makes my voice shake because like it's very sentimental because I feel as though he is a very emotional on the inside. He's a very emotional person, especially for a guy. I feel as though he does have like an emotional side to him, but I feel as though he's also someone who doesn't speak about his emotions sometimes to like strangers, if that makes sense.
yes,
Almost like, oh, I'm Mr. Tough Guy, but like not at the same time because very mushy gushy on the inside, very emotional.
yep,
Um,
that explains him very much. And it's funny that you said candles too, because I have the candles next to his urn from his memorial.
okay, yeah, and it's is there I don't know why, but he keeps showing me, is there some door, either his bedroom door or someone's door that's like covered in things or like has things hanging on like a doorknob? I don't know why, but he keeps showing me like things on doors.
Not on doors, no.
Something like hung
There's walls.
yeah, it's more specific to something about the door. Like some sort of like writing or something hanging on his door or someone's door.
No, not that I can think of.
I write that down. I'm gonna try and see what that is. That's gonna bother me if we
I
can't figure
wonder
it
if maybe because the way his room is set up, like his door is upstairs, and then you go down the stairs to his room. As soon as you walk in, there's a board right there that I've had his friends been signing and stuff.
out.
It's
Okay,
like
because
the entry to
I
his
think that
room.
might be because he's literally showing me writing, like physical writing.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
and
know
it's
why he would
literally it's
mention that
like
to me.
at the entry of his door.
Okay, okay,
So,
that's what he's talking about. Again, along the lines of like feeling all of the love from everyone. Um, Now I know I don't really like to bring up like negative stuff, especially like when maybe if we were like on a private reading, I would be able to mention certain things that I know might, upset people. But it's almost as if like he's taking me to the moment where like you found out, if that makes sense. Was there a phone call involved?
I had to call 911.
Okay. And he's kind of talking about how it's kind of like the words weren't coming out. Um, and again,
Yeah.
this is like a very negative thing, but I feel as though it's something that like you still like kind of bring yourself to mentally sometimes, and you don't want to bring yourself to that mentally, but it's just kind of like one of those big moments that you can't kind of forget. And it's almost as if he's trying to comfort you during that. And he's sorry that you had to kind of go through that.
I was the one that found him, so that can make sense. That makes sense.
And again, I don't mean to make you upset, especially when
Oh no,
we're,
you're good. Yeah,
here.
no, you're fine.
Oh my gosh, my son. I don't know why this isn't working, guys. Okay, there we go. Now I know that we talked about that you can't get rid of stuff, but I feel as though there's most things are like not even touched. Almost like you can't bring yourself to even like mess anything up. Kind of like a big sense of smell too. Like there's just too many memories. It's like you can't bring yourself to do that. Almost as if like because it's like it's almost like accepting that he's not here anymore. If that makes sense.
The room is still exactly the same. All I did was take some of the pictures from his memorial. Other than that, I haven't touched anything. His clothes, nothing.
Now, I feel as though he's talking about, are there a few friends that are still in contact with you or you still hear from periodically too?
Yes.
And I feel as though these are friends that he had for a very long time as well. Like they were like really close friends for him.
Yes. The C and L and J that you brought up earlier, the L is one of his friends, the J is one of his friends, the C I can't figure out, but yes, his friends stay around and check on me all the time.
Okay. Now, oh my God. My child, I'm so sorry, guys.
You're fine.
He must be in his bedroom now, which is right next to this room, of course. Okay. Was he like very boy? I don't know why, but he would be showing. I don't know. He keeps showing me like different things, so I don't know if it's things he did or if he's just showing like how like outgoing he was in the sense. But he was like showing me bikes, but he was like also showing me like, was he very good with like a bike or a scooter of some sort? He's even shown me like tricks of sorts or like things you can. What are those things that you can use when you do stuff like that? Like I guess like the poles or ramps or things like that.
That makes sense in like two ways. He rode his bike a lot over to a friend's house. The ramps and stuff, that's not what he did, but I think I understand why that is being brought up.
Okay. It wasn't like flat ramps, it was more like poles and stuff, but it was just more along the lines of like tricks and doing things like boyish kind of stuff. But he's also showing me. I am so sorry, guys. So sorry, guys. Must be in a mood today. Did he was he like musically inclined?
So, like, he loved music, but
I mean
certainly can't
music.
sing.
But he's also shown me. I'm sorry.
He loves music, but he certainly can't sing, if that's what you mean.
No. It was more like I don't know why, but like, did he enjoy more of music that was like? Because he's like showing me like a guitar, and he was like showing me like the music notes. Um, but it's more like a calmness. Like it's something that brought him like a sense of peace. Like I feel as though he was always listening to music. Um,
Yeah, he always listened to music, but he didn't like play any instruments or anything.
um, Now, is someone either an immediate family or somewhere close in the family have a birthday that is pretty close by or coming up? Because he's showing me a birthday cake with candles, and that's usually my symbol, like of them trying to say happy birthday to someone. But I feel as though it's like in your close knit family.
Me and my daughter both had birthdays less than a month after he passed, and then today happens to be one of my best friend's birthdays.
Okay. Um, I feel as though this is still pretty new for you. And I do feel as though I and I do feel as though there's a lot of things that have changed for you clearly after this has happened. I feel as though he's kind of talking about how you kind of lost yourself in a sense. Um, and like, I feel like he talks about like you were like this, it's almost as if you were like this really big, outgoing, like bubbly person, like always enjoying things. And it was like, and then now you did like a whole flip, which understandably, but I feel as though for you, it's something that is like starting to really weigh on you and maybe even the people around you who are like kind of watching from the outside. Um, and I feel as though this has affected a lot of different things in your life as well. I mean, understandably so. I'm still so sorry that you even had to go through this. Um,
Yeah.
he's also talking about dreams as well. So, are you even having like nightmares? Um,
No, I'm not, but his sister actually came to me this morning and said that she had a dream about him last night.
okay. Um, I just feel as though he's talking about how like life is already hard, and then to have to go through this, like it's just like something that you wouldn't wish on, and something that like it's like already difficult, and then it's almost as if like I don't know if there's like a guilt to where like you feel as though it's kind of taken over a lot of your mental capacity, even like with your family. That like again, not only have you changed, but it's changed your love, like your house. It's changed like just like the whole dynamic of life, and
Yeah.
you're afraid that it's affected the people around you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, but I feel as though he's talking about like it's almost as if like you're a person who gives so much love, don't feel like no one else doesn't feel the love from you, they all understand what you're going through. And I do feel as though, I hate when people say like, oh, it gets better over time kind of a thing. I think it's all BS. It's not time that heals you. It's not that forget about it over time. It's just that you learn to live with it over time. um, and it just becomes one of those things to where like I feel like for you it's more so going to be like you realize he's still around, he's just not here physically, if that makes sense. um
Yes,
I
I've been
he's
feeling him lately.
Yeah, and I feel as though he's talking about how you talk out loud to him a lot. um and I feel as though this is something that he wouldn't believe when he was here. It's something that he would completely like kind of be like, oh, that's crazy talk, like that's not true, like whatever kind of a thing. Like he was more of a person that like he's curious of those things, but still like, nah, that can't be real, like kind of a thing.
It sounds like him.
And I feel as though he really would try to act like too cool for school, but like and who he actually was. Like when he was home, he was a different person than when he was around like his friends. Which I know is very vague, but I feel like for him, he really did like have like such a big mentality of trying to be tough guy. And like it was funny too, because I feel as though he's even hilarious with this. Like, did he also try to like wrestle you?
Yes. He was
Because
always
he's talking about wrestling you.
yes. He was much bigger than I, so he
I was gonna
loved
say, and there was a thing where he's like, I finally got bigger than her, and then I started wrestling her, and like he would just like kind of sit on you and just like, and you would yell at him, and he would just think it was like the funniest thing in the world. He really messed with you a lot, and I feel as though he was just definitely a big joy to be around. I feel as though he says like he was still certainly a big pain in the ass without me getting banned from TikTok here. And I feel as though he definitely had the mama boy with you, having him wrapped around your finger, in the sense to where like he would sit there, give you puppy dog eyes and beg and beg and beg, and eventually you would just have to cave because he just would annoy you so much, like, and he would just get what he wanted.
Yep, sounds about right.
Oh man. Did he also was he also into cars for he's showing me cars.
Yes,
Okay.
very much.
And he's showing me like a what are the things called to like put cars up. So like did he enjoy even like maybe even trying to like work or fix on cars, or he enjoyed that kind of stuff or wanted to get into that? Like fixing cars up, because he's showing me like the jack, like the, I guess whatever it is that raises cars so that you can work on them, kind of a thing. So it feels though he just enjoys cars to where like he would want even to do with any like all of that. Like it's almost as if, I don't know if you even thought of this, but he's showing me like an old car into like a new car, or like just doing something with cars, and he just like is showing me like even just like in like older classic cars and newer looking cars, and like just like having a big, you just show me car, like all of that stuff.
Yeah, no, that explains him to a T. He actually worked at a place where he worked on cars,
Okay.
but he was still young, so he was planning on going to trade school to be a mechanic as well.
Oh yeah, he had a big love for cars. And you could feel that too. Like it's not just a hobby for him. For him, it was just like something that he liked, enjoyed, and he knew he would be good at and passionate about.
He was very proud of himself for that, yes.
And I feel as though his friends also kind of joined in with him on that, but I feel as though they still weren't as passionate as he was about it.
Yeah, they would all work on cars together, but not the way, Keegan did.
Yeah. Okay. So, did he also have like a nerdy side to him as well?
Yes.
Because I don't know why, but he's showing me, I don't know. I can't tell if he's showing me this because like I don't know, was he into like maybe even anime of a sorts or something? Like he's showing me like this type of writing. And it kind of looks like it could be like an anime kind of writing, if that makes sense. Like it's just kind of showing me like nerdy things too, like shows or like nerdy kind of like just like likes of things, like either like it's like shows, movies kind of a thing.
Yes, I would even used to call him a nerd sometimes for it.
And like again, it's so funny that we're going through this, but like in the beginning, like he really was like a boy. But he's talking about, so like was he very messy though?
Oh my goodness, yes.
And he's talking about like hiding food in his room, and it was just like like wouldn't throw anything out.
Yes, that is exactly him.
And he's talking about like an obsession with like cans and like sodas.
Yep.
Um but he was a good kid. He was respectful with you. Um
Definitely, yes.
I feel as though he did good with school as well. He wasn't like a big troublemaker of sorts that like got him in like really bad trouble, if that makes sense.
He's never been in trouble in school, so yeah.
Now, he's also shown me the number 1. That could be the first of the month or the month of January, or it could be children. But I know you have, from what you said, you've had more than one children.
The month of January would be both me and my daughter's birthday.
Okay. Will the number 17 make sense for you as well?
He was 17 when he passed.
Okay. Again, I'm sorry for your loss at such a young age. Did he also get I don't know, but he's talking about his health, and I feel as though he was in good health in general. But like, did he? I don't know if it was something when he was younger. Did he have to go through something that was like a really scary time health wise for him?
Towards the end, yes, he was always very healthy, and then suddenly towards the end, yeah, he got sick.
Okay. Because like, and that's like the thing that's why he showed me like it was such a shock factor, only because like he was like totally healthy. Looking at him, you would never think anything of it, and then just like all of a sudden, it's just like this big boom.
Yeah, he was diagnosed in October and he passed in December, so it was
Very
pretty
quick, yeah. God, I'm so sorry. Now I feel as though his mental health declined around this time as well.
It did.
Only because, and again, he just shows how like he just felt like his body was failing him, but also because he was one of those kids to where like he didn't like not doing what he wanted to do, and he couldn't, if that makes sense. And it was just more of a like he really did have a time to where it's just like why. And I feel as though he was still kind of young to even understand what was going on as well. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Did he also start like I don't know why he's making me feel this way, but he's making me feel as though he even may have started like keeping information from you on the lines of like trying to kind of like say like, oh, I feel better, I feel this or that, because it was just like to try and like not go to the doctors again or do whatever it is that you needed to do again.
Yes, he would insist he was fine all the time, yes.
Okay. And that really was like, you know, him just like, again, he was kind of in denial himself, like, and just, again, wanted to do what he wanted to do. He was 17 years old. He just wanted to go and have fun and go out with his friends, and his health just wasn't allowing him to do that. Is there thoughts or someone recently get a tattoo for him?
We are all talking about getting a tattoo, and then me and my daughter went to a fair yesterday to where we actually got like spray painted matching tattoos for him.
Now, he also is showing butterflies as well. So do you tie butterflies with him?
That's the exact tattoo that me and my daughter got yesterday that was matching as a butterfly.
He was there and he loves it. He absolutely loves it. And I feel as though he's very protective of his sister. Very protective of her. I feel as though she's not very verbal about how her feelings are about him passing.
No, she's not.
Um, and I feel as though he says a part of her wants to kind of, if it makes sense, doesn't want to upset you more, if that makes sense as well. It's almost as if she was trying to stay strong for you, but also in general, she's just not a person to be verbal about that.
That makes sense, yes, very much.
And he says it's not anything that you're doing. It has everything to do with just how siblings usually cope, if that makes sense. And I feel as though, I know you said she dreamt of him, but I feel as though she actually has more happen, like more things, like more signs he sends her way, more different things that like he connects with her and tries to communicate with her as well.
I've been trying to tell her that lately because some things have been going on, and I think she just kind of blows it off when I try to say, hey, no, I bet that's your brother trying to say hi to you, you know.
No, yeah, he is. And I feel as though like that's like that playful energy he has, because he still has that young playful energy. Like right now, he's making me feel like I can run a mile, because when I'm with a younger soul, that's usually what they make me feel. They give me a lot of energy. They make me feel like what they had. And I feel as though he's a very hyper individual. I feel as though he got hurt a lot growing up. Um, Drove you up a wall with like the scares of like you don't get hurt kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Um, um, okay. He showed me there is an older man on the other side with him as well.
Yeah, yeah,
It would be like a grandfather figure.
yes.
Okay. Um, so is there like a big fear around like how long it was before you found him? Because he's talking about how grandfather was with him from the very moment and that he wasn't alone.
Yes.
Okay. And he wants you to know that he wasn't alone, that he was there with him and that he's been with him ever since. Um, and I feel like he's talking about how you kind of put that in your head already to kind of cope with that and just know that they would be there with him, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And that he would have him on the other side, and he's like, I got him. Um, Now, this grandfather figure, would he have had issues with circulatory or heart?
His heart, yes.
Okay. Um, I feel as though he's been passed for some time. Um,
Yes.
but I do feel a really strong connection with him on the other side, and also like a big, kind of like a big comfort that he's on the other side with him. Almost like he was a big like family father figure, and it's just something like if you couldn't be there with him, he's someone you would want there with him to kind of take care of him, take him under his wing, if that makes sense, and that they're there together. I do feel as though you have quite a few family members that are on the other side.
So I do.
But I feel as though he really like kind of stepped up and was just like, I got him. I feel as though they're maybe even similar in some ways.
Yeah.
And I feel as though really like more on his younger years, like he was very similar to him in some ways. But I also feel as though it's because of this strong masculinity he has, like this big like love for family kind of a thing, and it's just like a peace of mind that he would be like a protector of sorts.
He's always very protective, that's for sure.
Yeah, and he's like it's like the other family members were all around, and he was just like, "Nope, I got this." But he's got him. He said he's got your boy. Now, would the number 7 resonate with you as well? 7th of the month or the month of July, and it could be also grandfather that's talking now.
July is usually whenever we take our family vacations every summer.
I don't think it's that. I'll write it down. Let me know if you figure it out, because for some reason I feel as though it's either an anniversary of a sort, like it's a specific date, or it could be amount of years, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Amount of years, age, that sort of thing. I'm going to write that down, and I'll just put it in a circle at the bottom. Is somebody into Star Wars for some reason, by chance?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, I don't know if this is grandfather or not. He just showed me, I don't know why, but he showed me, like, again, I'm not a Star Wars fan at all. My husband is, but he's showing me, how Darth Vader has, like, a mask of sorts, and it has, like, lines here.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's showing me, like, a knight, or he's showing me, like, a mask, like, it just looks very Star Wars to me.
It's actually really funny now that you say that. One of his Halloween costumes, he was a guy from Star Wars because it happened to be his last name.
Okay, so that's the mask. That's the Star Wars mask.
He had the mask and everything.
Okay, there we go. That was going to bother me because I was like, listen, my husband would be proud to know that I knew it was a Star Wars thing. Because I'm a Harry Potter girl myself, so I'm not... I try to get into Star Wars, but see, the problem is my husband doesn't like when I ask questions when I watch it, and I'm like, well, then I'm not going to know what's going on.
Right.
Star Wars mask, that's funny. Now, I feel as though there's just like little memories here and there too that he just like kind of brings up. But was he I feel like he was very creative.
Yes, he was.
I feel like he was like, he's even shown me like maybe creative, like even like artsy.
Yes.
Did he have, so I don't know why, but he's bringing up, did he have at one point when he was a child, like some sort of like a lisp or funny way of saying words?
Yeah.
Okay, because he's bringing it up, and I don't know why he's bringing it up, but like, because I asked like things that like more things that like you would know that it was like him kind of a thing, just like how I always do. And he's talking about this lisp.
There's certain words that they were hard for him.
And do you actually have like a video or some sort I don't know why. So like what happens is when they show me like videos, symbols, like all these different things, they'll show me memories that are mine to kind of connect with me on like their memory, and they'll show me a memory of me with my one brother, and he was saying a word and it was completely wrong, and we were recording and we were making fun of it. So I don't know if you have something like that.
We actually made a video of him and all of his pictures and stuff for his memorial.
Gotcha, okay.
And there were definitely some that could be made fun of in there.
And there's something about his eyes too. He's talking about his eyes. Um, there's like a big significance to his eyes. Did he have like great, phenomenal like lashes or something?
Um, he has really pretty blue eyes.
Okay, I saw the light colored eyes, but like it almost feels as though like if you just showed the eyes, like for some reason, like it's just like that pretty, like could even pass as like girl just in the eyes until you actually saw the rest of the person. But it's just like because he had such pretty eyes. But like and that's why I always say like the eyelashes, because some like for instance, I know a couple of people offhand actually that they're like boys and it's like, wow, you're a boy, why do you get the good lashes? Like so eyes. Okay. And all right, why don't you give me a message for her? Okay. I really feel as though he's talking about how he really wants you to find yourself again. Easier said than done, but I do feel as though I don't know if you even thought about it or like if you are currently talking to someone, but to kind of just start like little by little start doing things for yourself again. This could be like self-care. This could be just like kind of just doing some of the same hobbies you may have used to do, because it just feels as though um he's talking about how like you kind of spend a lot of your time, revolving things around like what happened, him, maybe even doing this like seeking out someone to talk to about it. Um and I just feel as though he just doesn't want you to fall into like this big deep depression, because like that's just not the type of person you are. Does this make sense for you?
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
And he's kind of going on about how even just like the things that you did on the daily, like I don't know if you had some sort of like thing that you did personally, like a hobby, or if this actually even pertains to like a job of sorts, but it's almost as if it's kind of like you've kind of let things kind of slide and kind of let things go down because of just everything that's going on. You just don't have that motivation for it anymore. And I feel as though he kind of wants you to get back on the saddle and kind of get back on it and kind of do the things that you love. I also feel as though there's certain relationships that you just can't bear to even be around right now or like spend time with them, because it's just, again, you're just not yourself anymore. Um, it's kind of more like you'd rather be home and rather than going out and doing things. I feel as though a part of you feels as though you feel guilty about going on and living life without him. And he says that you shouldn't feel that way at all. I feel as though it's actually the opposite. He'd rather be watching you do the things you love and living life and loving life again, and not sitting there and, letting life go by and him watching you have to go through that over and over and over again. So kind of just to put things in a different perspective, because he's talking about how you feel that way and he doesn't want you to feel that way.
Okay.
Because he's your biggest fan on the other side. He's really, truly your biggest fan, your biggest supporter. Um, and he talks about how all the times like you used to embarrass him, like just a mom trying to embarrass her son kind of a thing, and be like, oh mom, but like he's always supported everything you've ever done. He loves seeing you enjoy your life and go and doing things. And I feel as though he's talking about also, if you start doing things like that, I feel as though his sister is going to start also doing those things, because I feel as though she has also changed her life in many ways with certain things as well. And I feel as though it'll just kind of fix the whole dynamic and the kind of the atmosphere, if that makes sense, and not so dark and gloomy and like sad. Um, and again, easier said than done. This can't be done overnight. It takes a lot to kind of get to that point. But I feel as though he just needs to say it to you, because I feel as though if it'll be easier for you to do it once you hear him say this and hear him say it's okay to move on, and it's not you moving on, it's you learning to live without him, and that he's still watching you and he'd rather you watch you enjoy life rather than you sit there and dwell on his life not being here, if that makes sense. Um,
I think that's something I needed to hear, so thank you.
You're welcome. And I will make sure that I send all of this to you, this picture. And again, there's the number 7. That's the only thing we really couldn't take. So if you let me know what the number 7 is, let me know. I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm going to leave his love and light, and I'm going to send it back to you and your family. I'm really sorry for your loss. And thank you for being vulnerable and allowing other people to also kind of hear your reading, and message me if you have any comments, questions, concerns, or anything like that, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was really nice to meet you, okay?
You too.
All right. I'm going to send his love and light your way.
All right. Bye.
Okay, guys. Okay. So thank you guys for sticking around and watching. Everyone send a lot of love Amy's way. I'm just going back and seeing. Oh, you're a Slytherin, Steph. Oh, I really love my Gryffindor. That means you're spicy. But okay. But okay, guys. So, you were shocked, were you? Oh, I gotta take a test again because I feel as though you have to keep taking tests over the years because we all change over the years. You're never always the same person. You're always different. So I guess I should take another test and see what house I am. But thank you guys, everyone, for joining my live. If you stuck this far, I appreciate it. Again, we try to have fun here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I will be back on Thursday. Obviously, I can't put anything set in stone. I am a mom of a 2-year-old, so things can always change. But I hope to be on Thursday, usually around the same time, usually like 6 Eastern Standard Time. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. And if you guys have any comments, questions, again, I wasn't ignoring you. I put a lot of my focus and attention on my sitter and their loved one. So just send me a message either way, here or on that, again, platform. Apparently I'm not supposed to say certain words or I'll get banned because then this thing pops up and tells me I need to get off. But go ahead and send me either email or message here and I will get back to you. I will never message you first unless I am giving you a picture of kind of like my little doodles from people's readings and I kind of give you my notes. All of my lives are always uploaded onto my YT page. So it's the same as this handle as well. And yeah, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it, guys. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your night. I do have to go because hubby has to go to work. So back to mom duty I am. But enjoy your Tuesday night, guys.